You a question. If the government told you that you needed to get a microchip, not even that it was your choice, you needed to get a microchip implant with all of your health data on it, including vaccine information, vaccine passport information, would you do it, or what would you do? Would you revolt? Would you say absolutely not? We've got so many people here in the chat weighing in on it. I think overwhelmingly the answer is no. This might sound like a conspiracy theory, but it's actually happening. As far back as 2018, NPR had a report that said the microchips are about the size of a single grain of rice and were becoming so popular at the time that one of the main companies producing these microchips, producing them, reported difficulty keeping up with demand because people wanted them so much. They also covered a Bloomberg report about how these used the same backdoor technology that was being used by the CIA and the Pentagon. Take a listen to this NPR report.
Bloomberg has a big story out today about a tiny microchip, not much bigger than a grain of rice. The chip has been found in the type of computer servers used by at least 30 major American companies, including Apple and major banks. Also, servers used by the Pentagon and the CIA.
The Pentagon and the CIA. Sorry, I cut off there at the end. The Pentagon and the CIA. In fact, Swedish workers were accepting this pre-COVID. In 2017, Swedish workers in Sweden were saying, hey, yeah, we'll go for this because this will make our lives easier. We'll be able to take the subway, be able to ride transit, be able to pay for vending machines and all of this stuff. In 2017, a railway company in Sweden began allowing travelers to load their ticket information onto the microchip that was implanted into their bodies. And according to the BBC, railway conductors were then able to use smartphones to detect the chip and confirm the travelers' tickets. And Swedish people went nuts for them and started injecting themselves so they could hop on rail cars faster. And they had a run on these chips and they needed more of them. Now, stop me if you know where this is going. Like railway, paying for transit tickets, that's one thing. But stop me if you know where this is going. Let's take a look at Newsweek. Here's their Newsweek's cover story. People get microchips implanted that include vaccine records amid new COVID restrictions. Now, at the time we did this story at the turn of the year, when people were saying, yeah, we want to...
Hey, Shalom, Makim, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'm like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Here's another update, another video on the C-Hip. You got these, this is Redacted Online. This is a YouTube channel. Matter of fact, I was just actually watching them, to be honest with you. But hold up, go to the history here.
Do you ever wonder about the legal ramifications of using your...
Quiet. Yep, Redacted. Basically, it's a paid broadcast with Natalie Clayton Morris. I believe they're probably like a couple or something like that. But the fact they can bring out this information and they don't ever get penalized for it shows you that they're juiced in some particular way, because they're just bringing it out on the YouTube platform. But yet, we speak about these things, then we get hit with, strikes whatsoever. But this is just a lesson to pretty much show the flock that this is just what it is. At this point, there's no denying it. You other camps out there, it's just like you want to have these podcasts and these 2-hour breakdowns on nothing. And it's straightforward. It's straightforward. All right. So without further delay, we're going to get right into the scriptures. This is the book of Sirach 39:1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied with the meditation thereof will seek out wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Okay. And this is the reason why this topic keeps coming out. And I guarantee you that you're going to have several more videos that's going to come out on this throughout the week. But it's plain as day. You can't deny it. Hey, those of you that want to keep playing games with the Most High, then keep playing games with him, until the Most High takes you out. Because like I was saying earlier, in transit, this thing is close. Okay, it's close. And I believe this year they're going to start to tamper with these particular ideologies of this technology, which they've been doing for the longest anyway. But we'll see how it plays out. We'll see. Only thing you have to do is wait and see. But it says he would keep the sayings of all the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he would be there also. And he would seek out secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables, okay, which is these prophecies, the understanding of the C-Hip. Okay, the understanding of who the 12 tribes are, because you got this new thing now that the 12 tribes, which is not even new, we've been through this before, but basically a group of novices that's puffed up for pride that's coming out speaking against the 12 tribe chart. Well, I don't think it's accurate. Well, don't believe it's accurate. That's your opinion. Okay? Now, it's all through faith. It's all through the Holy Spirit. It's been getting the followers to come into the groups and teach, and it's been letting Jake know who they are as far as according to their fathers. But, you know, you got guys that want to overly scrutinize shit when they themselves can't come out with the whole understanding of it. You know, they're so quick to discredit men that's done a great work before them, to the point they're not even realize that they're discredited by the Most High. And I'm talking about you naysayers. All right. But anyway, it says he should serve among great men and appear before a princess, and he would travel through strange countries, for he have tried the good and evil among men. But point is in verses 1, being occupied in prophecy, as the man in redacted went into. Okay, the people with the whole C19, you know, with the you know what, people have opted in to get this technology put in them to be a more form of convenience, because what happens when you run out the house, you leave your wallet, you leave your ID. Like about a couple of months ago, I lost the whole wallet. So with that being said, people would take that and the convenience of having all this information downloaded into your algorithm. They can have it all on them at one time without losing anything. But see, they're selling it to you on the convenience, because the consequences it has from taking this thing compared to the convenience, the consequences outweighs the convenience. Okay, because the consequences of taking this is you're going to get hit with a missile. Okay, we read that in Revelation 14th chapter, that if you accept the C-HIP, then basically you out of here. You have no dealings with the Most High. All right. And why we bringing out this information so much? Well, I get the precept, because, you know, somebody come in the comment board. You've talked about this twice already this week, 3 times. Well, we're gonna keep talking about it, whether you like it or not. All right. I think it's Isaiah 62. Yep, Isaiah 62, and I'm gonna start at 6. It says, I've set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which should never hold their peace day nor night. And ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. So the scriptures say it says keep not silence. It says constantly teach and prophesy. Because a watchman is a person that watches over the cities and over the particular stationary points that's stationed at to warn of impending danger or doom. Okay, you have watchmen that know when the Shabbat comes in, the Passover comes in, you know, when the invaders are coming to war. You have certain tunes you pipe in order to warn the flock as to what's coming. And we're basically blowing a trumpet to show you that this is going to be this is the future, man. This is what they're planning on doing, and this is what they want to do. And you can expect more false flag attacks, more attacks on government infrastructures, man, more riots, okay, more attacking of the currencies, more people getting money stolen out their bank accounts. Like last week, Bank of America, they did a test run on people's accounts, and people were missing money. And the Bank of America, they didn't have any answers for people. Well, I won't say they didn't have the answers. They didn't give you the answers. They send you to some customer service line telling you, oh, well, hey, call this line. And yet people was getting hung up on. All right. And this is the reason why we're blowing a trumpet, specifying and telling you people, look, man, pay attention. But it says, I've set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem. The watchmen are the prophets, okay, which should never hold their peace day nor night. And ye that make mention of the Lord, it says, keep not silent. So we ain't supposed to go silent on this topic or try to go around it or find workarounds and try to appease the crowd or appease our congregation because we may lose a following or money or substance. No, man, if your congregation walks away from you from teaching the right thing, it's because they wasn't in the right spirit to begin with. Okay, like, hey, when I believe when the followers left Yahweh Shai, then he looked at his disciples, he said, shit, y'all gonna leave too? Then they was like, well, Lord, shit, where we gonna go back to? But a lot of the people stopped following the Lord because they couldn't understand his sayings. One main saying was the fact that they thought he was speaking of cannibalism when he said, here, this is my body and my blood, eat and drink, you know. But he wasn't talking about cannibalism, man. Okay, he was going into the whole concept of the Passover services, which the blood represents the blood he shed for us. Okay, and that represents the grape of the vine, the wine that we drink, and the bread, which, you know, a lot of times in the Passover we have the unleavened bread. Okay, which unleavened bread is just pretty pure, is without any type of added additives or any yeast. Okay, and they thought that they were talking about, the Lord was talking about eating his body literally, but they stopped following him because of a lot of sins they couldn't get with. You know, certain men didn't want to undergo persecution. They're like, wait a minute, if you're Yahushua, why we got to get beat on and beheaded and tortured, fed to animals, crucified upside down, chopped up? You know, why we got to get stoned if you the Lord? And a lot of people, they didn't want that fate because, I mean, let's be honest with you. Who the fuck wants to be tortured? You know, but that's part of the, you know, that's part of the walk, man. You know, but I have faith in this day and age, we're not going to take a L like that. Certain men are going to be put in certain predicaments, but I think for the most part, and I know for the most part, the Lord is going to raise up the standard. That's why we're blowing the trumpet on this thing, because if you don't accept this thing, eventually you're going to become public enemy number one. All right, you're going to be a primary target of Esau's extermination squads, because the vision that the brother Gabar Yahweh had from Hawaii, he stated that when he was to get to guillotine, he said that he saw military personnel executing people or carrying out public executions, which is very possible. Okay, scriptures tell you in Revelation 2 that the devil should throw some of you in prison. Okay, so it makes sense that, you know, brothers are being convicted for falsely trumped up charges, you know, and sentenced to the guillotine because they didn't take the C-hip. You know, they might not say, well, we're going to behead you because you are redacted on getting a C-hip. No, they may put all type, they may go into your rap sheet as to when you was in the world and say, oh, well, you had a lot of convictions with guns and drugs, you know, or violent offenses or attacking people. They had to throw that in there and say that you was a violent criminal. And they'll play on the emotions of the people, because these people are prone to their emotions anyway. You see? But it says here, and give him no rest till he establish and he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. All right? So that's the point. We're continuing. We're constantly bringing out this information. We're constantly blowing the trumpet. Okay? Like the scriptures say, blow ye the trumpet in Zion. This is what we're doing. Okay? And if you don't like it, then, hey, you can respectfully or disrespectfully click the X button at the top. You can do that, man. You don't have to watch these videos. They're too redundant or too repetitive for you guys out there, and you tired of hearing about it. Now, hey, go watch Must See TV or go watch Baby Boy or some shit, man. You're not forced to be here, because honestly, you're wasting your time if you got all the time in the world to sit up here and critique what we're doing, but you yourself got all this time on your hand. You could be doing, go start a business or something, man. You know, go start a booty eating business or some shit, man. Get the fuck out of here if you don't like what we're saying. Man, we gonna constantly bring out the information. And I may do another lesson on this today, man, depending on if the spirit hops on me to do it or not. All right. Joel 2:1. Blow you the trumpet in Zion. Who is Zion? The Israelites. Okay. And sound an alarm in my holy mountain, and let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Okay. And that comes with that C-hip too. Okay. The day of the Lord is going to fully be established once the C-hip comes, man. Okay. World War III. But the C-hip has to be made mandatory before that happens. Okay, going into Revelation, the 16th chapter. So we're going to see how this thing is going to play out. But for the most of you guys out there, man, hey, embrace yourselves. That's all I got to say. Revelation 16:1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which have worshipped, or which had the mark of the beast, and upon them that worshipped his image. And the image is his system, everything that's conducive to this system. Okay, from taking this, you know what, to drinking the juice, to believing in this man's system, being one with it. Okay, bowing down to the system, bowing down to their gods. All that's the image of this BEAST, and that mark is what's gonna brand you to be officially accepted in his new world order. Okay. And it says here, which had the image, or which had worship, which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as blood of a dead man, and every living thing in the sea died, man. Okay, so these are the plagues that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to bring upon the planet Earth prior to his second coming. All right. So anyway, another precept, and I'm gonna end it here. Revelation 14. It says, doom for worshipers of the beast. And if you take that C-hip, you all by default are worshiping this system, because that is what that is your sacrifice in your invitation to the NWO. Once you're branded like a cattle by Esau, the Most High has no need for you. Esau basically put a patent on another man's invention, which he usually does. You know, Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive it his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same should drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he should be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angel Salakia, in the presence of the Lamb, which is the nuclear missiles and those laser beams from the chariots. Okay? It says, in the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. There we go again. So, hey, you take the C-hip, then you out of there. All right, but anyway, I'm going to end it there, brothers. This wasn't meant to be a long lesson. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom in the Baba Ball.